Hello everyone, welcome to my second stream. I just hope everything is working fine. If you are there, you can just confirm in the chat if audio and video is working fine or not. So let me just check from my phone as well. So yeah, stream is working fine. And regarding the chat, let me just check once more. And then we will just start within few minutes. Stream is working fine. And regarding the chat, let me just check once more. Yeah, so audio and chat are working fine. So we can just start now. Yesterday we had solved two problems. Actually, I wanted to solve three at least. But yeah, anyways, today we'll be solving four problems. I'll be explaining the patterns, the solutions step by step along with their approach. So the idea behind this stream will be to solve four problems in a LeetCode contest that we have kind of style. So we will be first solving one easy problem, then two medium problems, and then one hard problem. My streams will be more focusing towards the like difficult topics, for example dynamic programming, graphs and all of that. So in this case also, out of four questions, you can say like three will be of dynamic programming, backtracking kind of thing, and the other one will be one very simple, let's say a linked list problem or a hash map problem, you can say. So this will be the flow of the stream. So yeah, we can just start with the stream now. So yeah, before starting onto this stream, in the left side you can see I have mentioned my website. So let me just tell you what this website is all about. After that we will be just starting the solving of the problems. So it will take little bit of time. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn, you can visit my website, you can see my LeetCode profile and all of that. In the left side you can see all of the social links. So yeah, you feel free to connect. So this is my website that I have created. So like after solving like around 1300 problems, I know like what all patterns do we need in order to cover almost every DSA concept. So in this I have created 278 problems list which are covered for 15 topics, and there are 72 different patterns. So based on that I have created a problem list, so you can solve any problem you want. Based on difficulty you can practice on LeetCode. I have myself written the entire editorials as well, the intuition behind the approach, code in C++, Java and Python, and along with some additional things that if like why this particular thing works. In case of DP problems you will see majority why greedy fails, why DP works here, how to think in terms of DP states, DP transitions, and all of that, the time complexity analysis, and you can see. So out of 278 problems, 100 of them the editorials I've already written. The remaining one I'll keep posting and updating. So yeah, you can just go through this DSA sheet, and I hope this helps. And if you want to discuss something with the community, you can just click on the discuss section and type if you have any doubts and all of that. But yeah, this feature and the progress tracking that you have, which is like also one of the things in mark for revision. If you want to mark for revision, discuss something or track your progress of problem solving, then in those cases you need to sign in. Otherwise everything is like you can just freely roam around this website without any sign in, and there is no cost involved. Also I have written some blogs and articles as well, so you can read those as well. These are basically, you can say, cheat sheet kind of thing. So yeah, feel free to visit these as well. And yeah, the most important feature of this website that I personally like the most is the free LeetCode profile review. So you can just click on free profile review. This is completely free. You can just give your email address, your LeetCode profile, and send your LeetCode profile review for free. Now why you need to give email address? Because we'll be sending you the detailed PDF report of about your profile, what you are doing correct, what things you need to keep in mind, what should be the next steps that you need to follow, whether you are consistent enough or not, like your contest evaluation and all of that, and in the end a proper roadmap will be provided. So that's why we'll be sending you the detailed PDF report to your email. So that's why email is required. For this also no sign in is required. You can just paste your LeetCode profile, and if anything else that you want to ask or mention about your profile, like specifically you think let's say you want to improve on DP, so you can write additional note like what you are struggling with DP. So while reviewing your profile, I will keep that thing in mind. So this is completely free, and you can just send your LeetCode profile for review. And yeah, these are the genuine reviews. It is not like that these 12 reviews, this look small number, but yeah, these are all the genuine reviews. It is not like that my friends have given these reviews and I've just showed them. No, all the 12 reviews are given by the people whom I actually don't know. They have just connected with me through either my LinkedIn website or my LeetCode or my YouTube channel. So yeah, you can trust this thing, and yeah, hopefully you like this particular website. So yeah, this was a little bit promotion. So we can just start with the problem solving. The target for today will be solving 4 problems: easy, medium, and hard. We'll be starting with the easy problem. So we can take either hash map easy problems. Generally easy problems are like linked list easy problems, hash maps, and all of that. So let us take off linked list. Like which we can take, find the middle of the linked list, because it contains a very important concept of fast and slow pointer. So yeah, we can go ahead with that. So I already solved this problem. So I can explain you in detail how this particular thing works and what all things you need to keep in mind. So let us read the problem statement first. So the problem name is middle of the linked list. So you are given the head of singly linked list, and you need to return the middle node of the linked list. Now it can happen that there are 2 middle nodes. In case of even length, here you can say it is the odd length, so there is only one middle node. But let's say if you have even length linked list, so there is no one particular middle node, there can be 2 middle nodes, right? So in that case we need to return the second middle node. So that is what the problem is saying. We just need to find the middle node and we need to return that. So you can see the first example. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is the linked list, 3 is the middle, so we just return 3. uh, yeah, so we don't need to take care about this output, we just need to return that particular node. Yeah, we just need to return that node. The output it will just generate by its own internal functions. We just need to return this internal we just need to return this particular middle node. The second example, you can see the length of the linked list is 6. That means there will be two middle nodes. The two middle nodes will be 3 and 4, but as per question we need to return the second middle node, so we'll be returning 4. So that's why you can see 4 is the answer. So generally in any linked list kind of problems, always keep one thing in mind, that linked list problems are all about pointers, how you play with the pointers. And in that case also, specifically the two pointer approach. The two pointer means the fast and slow pointer approach, you can say, or tortoise hare algorithm, you can say. So this is the most important and most asked algorithm, you can say, in the interviews. So yeah, this problem is based on that only, and we can understand this problem in very easy way, how with the help of fast and slow pointers we can just get the answer. So before moving on to this two pointer approach, or you can say the fast and slow pointer approach, what we can do, we can just discuss the brute force approach. So without fast and slow pointer approach, or for someone who doesn't know what this fast and slow pointer is, what he will think first in mind, what he will think in order to solve this problem. So to find the middle node, what he will do, he will find the length of the linked list, right? So first he will iterate through the entire linked list until with the help of pointer, until the pointer becomes null, and at the end he will get the length of the linked list. Now to get the middle node, he will just take conditions like if it is a odd length linked list, he will just divide it by 2 and all of that, and he will get the middle of the linked list. So in this case the linked list linked list length is 5, so he will just divide 5 by 2, so he will just get the number as 2 only. So 0, 1 and 2. So if we talk in terms of indexing, so at second index 3 is the number, so he will be returning 3. In case of even, what he will get, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the length of linked list, so 6 divided by 3, 6 divided by 2, that will give us 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So in this case he will just iterate it again until he encounters the index 3. So in this linked list case there is no indexing. I am just telling you in terms of index how we can solve this particular problem. So the brute force approach can be like, you can say, first iterate in order to get the length of the linked list, and the second step could be just divide by 2, whether it is case of even or odd. We have seen on dividing it by 2 we will always get the middle node according to our condition. So in case of even length also, dividing by 2 will get us the correct answer. So second step will be divide by 2, and third step will be iterate again to get to the middle node irrespective of length even or odd. In the end, just return that middle node. So you can see how many steps are there. First iteration, then you will be dividing it by 2. Okay, that is fine, there is no time involved here in this case. The second would be again to iterate. So you can see there are 2 iterations, but there is an algorithm known as tortoise hare algorithm, or you can say 2 pointer technique, or fast and slow pointer technique, with the help of which you can find the middle node. So instead of doing 2 iterations, we can just do a single iteration and return our answer. So what is this two pointer approach? So let me just draw this entire linked list in order to make sure we understand this clearly. So this is the linked list. Yeah, so this is the linked list. So what happens is that we'll be declaring two pointers, slow and fast, which will be pointing initially to head of the linked list. So there will be slow pointer, or we can just say S, which will be pointing to head S, and there will also be a fast pointer which will be pointing to again head of the linked list. Now what is the concept here is fast will move two steps at a time, and whereas slow will move one step at a time. So fast will be moving two steps and slow will be moving one step at a time. So this is the fundamental logic of how fast pointer will work and how slow pointer will work. So you can see initially both are on the head of the linked list. Now let us just iterate until this fast becomes reaches the end of the linked list. So let us iterate. So initially both of them are at the like head of the linked list. So first fast pointer will move two times, and in the same iteration a slow pointer will move one number of time. So fast pointer will move to 3. So fast pointer will move here and slow pointer will move to here 2. Now we will check whether fast has reached end of the linked list or not. So no, fast has not reached the end of the linked list, so we will again iterate. So fast will again move 2 steps, so he will come to 5, and simultaneously like slow pointer will also move 1 step. So now slow is at 3, fast is at 5. So now we will again check whether fast reached the end of the linked list or not. So yes, fast reached the end of the linked list. So that means when fast has reached the end of the linked list, so let me just write here also. So when fast pointer reaches the end of the linked list, the slow pointer will always point to the middle node. So this is the idea. So when fast pointer reaches the end of the linked list, then obviously and for sure slow pointer will be pointing to the middle node only. We will take case of the even length linked list as well, but for now just take care of the odd length. Just focus on the odd length one. So you see fast is at end, so slow pointer should be at the middle, so we will be returning 3. So is 3 the right answer? Yes, 3 is the right answer. You can see in the example. Now why did it work? You can understand with the help of one simple scenario. Like imagine you have two glasses of water in which both of them are present underneath tap. So when you just open tap, let's assume in one glass 2 drops falls at a time, and in other glass 1 drop of water comes to the glass. So you can imagine that one tap is a fast one and the other tap is a slow one. So the slow one gives 1 drop at a time and the fast one gives 2 drop at a time. So just by thinking logically, if fast is twice the speed of the slow one, so when fast the water which is giving 2 drops at a time, that particular glass will get fully filled. Then obviously if it is fully filled with the double speed, then the glass containing the slow one, the tap water that is giving 1 drop at a time, which is half the speed, so it will obviously filled at the half, right? So if 2 drops at a time gets filled, then at that moment the slow one which is giving 1 drop at a time will be filled at the half, because the speed is double for the fast one, and speed will be like equivalently half will be half for the slow one. So when half reaches full, slow will be when fast reaches full, the slow will be reaching the half, because speed is double. You can understand with the help of like speed, distance and all of that, because time here is constant. So you can see speed equal to distance upon time. So time here is constant, so you can just say like speed is directly proportional, or let me just write down speed we all know this formula, right? So side by side, let me just also check the chat section as well. If you have some doubt, you can obviously write it in the chat section. So with this formula, we can like say that okay, when the time will be same for both of them, so time will be constant, so speed is directly proportional to distance, right? So we can say that speed is directly proportional to distance. So if speed will be double, so distance will be doubled. Speed will be half, so distance will be half. So you can say fast is moving twice the speed. So when it gets full, so the half speed will be covering half the distance, right? So this is the fundamental formula. So this is what I basically mean to say. So side by side, let me just see the chat also. If you have any doubts, you can just write it in the chat section. I'll be happy to answer. So I hope you get the speed distance logic, very basic thing. It is not even actually needed, like you can just understand with the help of that glass example. If you are running a tap water twice the speed of another one, so when one bucket fulls, the fast one's bucket gets full, so obviously the slower speed, which is the half the speed, will cover half the distance or half the bucket. So this is the basic formula, basic idea behind this fast and slow pointer. So when fast completes the linked list, which is the double the speed of the slow pointer, so when he completes the distance, so half the speed one will cover half the distance. So if fast has covered entirely, so slow will cover half the distance. So this is the basic idea. So nothing in the chat till now. So I think we can just move forward with the code implementation, or yeah, before that we need to understand for the even length as well. So for the even length also, we don't need to actually take care of anything. It will automatically do if we just follow the same algorithm. So let us say we have the linked list as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is the even one. So let us do the iteration again. So this here it will be the fast pointer, here it will be the slow pointer. So initially both will be pointing to the head, and at each and every step fast will be moving 2 times and slow will be moving 1 time. So in the first iteration you can say fast will be pointing at 3, and after one iteration the slow will be pointing to 2. Here 2. Now we will check whether fast has reached the end of the linked list or not. So no, fast has not reached the end of the linked list, so we need to continue the same thing. So again move 2 steps. So fast will be here and slow will be here. So we will check again whether fast has reached the end of the linked list or not. So no, fast has not reached the end of the linked list, so we will again iterate. So here it will be the 1 step, and 2 step will give get the fast pointer to the null or nothing, you can say. So fast will be pointing to null, and slow will be pointing to 4. So now we will check whether fast has reached the end of the linked list or not. So it has not actually reached the end of the linked list, it has become actually null. So we can say that okay, if there can be two cases, right, whether it can point to end of the linked list in case of odd length, or it can become null in the case of even length. So if it is not null and it has reached the end of the linked list, you can say that it is the odd length case, and if it has reached the end of the linked list and it is at null, that means it is the even length case. So in that case, if it becomes null, so whatever the slow pointer is pointing to, that will be the middle node, and according to the question it will perfectly fit, since we need to return the second middle node. So there are two middle nodes, 3 and 4, so we need to return 4, and as you can see, slow is pointing to 4, so 4 is our actual answer as well. So we can, in both of the cases, we can just return slow pointer at the end. So yeah, this is how the flow will be there. So let me just comment it out. Code is just of 3 lines of code, nothing else. So this is a easy problem, we should not discuss. I don't think we need to discuss more in this problem. We can directly write the code. If you have any doubts, you can ask it in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, how is the stream going and all of that, you can write it in the comment section. After 2-3 minutes, we will just write the code. So yeah, I think we can just write the code now. So what was the first thing? First thing, we need to declare two variables or two pointers, fast and slow pointer, both pointing to head. So list node star fast will be pointing to head of the linked list, and list node star slow will be also pointing to head of the linked list. Now what we need to do, we need to check each and every time and iterate each and every time until our fast becomes at the end of the linked list, fast reaches the end of the linked list, or it becomes null. So what we will do, we will write this condition up and until fast pointer is there, as well as fast next is also there. So we need to continue our iteration. Now why this condition holds true, I will again explain with the help of the same example, or yeah, you would be able to easily recognize why this condition holds true, but yeah, still I'll explain it after writing the code. So up and until fast doesn't reach the end of the linked list, we need to continue the iteration. So what iteration? Fast will be moving 2 steps, slow will be moving 1 step. So fast will be equal to fast next and again next. So 2 steps will be there, and slow will be slows next. Yeah. So this is how the iteration will be done. So when this condition will break, that means our fast has reached the end of the linked list. So at that moment, this iteration will get over. So after this iteration will get over, what we have seen? We have seen that slow will be pointing to the middle of the linked list. Whether it is the case of even length or odd length, it will be always pointing to the middle of the linked list according to the condition given as per the question. So we can just return what? We can just return slow pointer from now. Now why this condition holds true? So if you see the odd length case, so the linked list cycle is odd here. So when fast reaches end of the linked list, how do we came to know that fast has reached the end of the linked list? Because fast next pointer is actually null. So if fast next pointer is actually null, so when this will become null, this condition will break. So we will not continue our iteration. So this is for the odd length case. Now if you look at the even length case, so when our fast pointer was here, so you can say fast is not null and fast next is also not null. So in this case, we iterated one more number of time. So we moved a fast pointer to here at the end of the linked list, or to null, you can say. So now it became null. What became null? Fast became null. So in this case, this condition will not hold true. So if this fast becomes null. That means it is the case of even length linked list. So in the case of even length linked list, this condition will fail, and in the case of odd length linked list, this condition will fail. So whichever conditions fail, we will just go out of the while loop and we will just return the slow pointer. So this is the entire problem. So yeah, there is a chat from Dhruv. Any advice for person who just started DSA? So basically I would just say, like, first focus on only easy problems, or like basic C++ STL, you can say. First learn C++ STL if you are doing DSA in C++, or if you are doing if you are doing DSA in Java, you should learn Java collections. You should only choose one of these two languages, either C++ or Java, because this is the most like fundamental, you can say. It is applicable everywhere. Why not Python? Because many companies do not allow Python, you to write the code in Python, because Python is like an open source, so there are a lot more functions that are already publicly available, so you can just directly use those function and solve the particular problem easily. So you should go with either C++ or Java if you are just starting. And if you are choosing C++, first learn C++ STL, solve some easy problems on that, like conditionals, using some ordered set, unordered map, how sorting works, and all of that. Just use basic data structures, how those works. And if you are using Java, do same with Java. Learn Java framework, or what do you say? I don't know what it is said. Java collections, it is said. So learn Java collection and like solve some basic problems. If you have like gained particular knowledge on some like C++ STL, if you are using C++, then you should now focus on the actual DSA. So again, start with the easy problems. Once you are comfortable with the easy ones, then move to medium, and once you are comfortable with medium, then move on to the hard one. Just be consistent in this entire journey. Just try to solve 2 to 3 problems each and every day. And if you are reached at a level that you just need to focus on hard problem, just solving daily challenge problem and one hard problem daily will be enough. So yeah, this would be the advice that I would give. So yes, there is one more chat. So Argentina or Spain? I don't watch football. I have only watched 2 matches of Portugal. That was against DR Congo, and yeah, the second one I didn't remember which one, but I think it was where like Portugal scored 5 goals. I don't remember which team it was, but yeah, I watched only those 2 matches. But yeah, today if you want me if you want to know which I would support, yeah, obviously Messi. If there is Messi, like, yeah, Argentina, I am with Argentina. I can pick any. Like, Spain is also good, Argentina is also good. Spain has Lamine Yamal, the future, you can say, and the Messi, you can say, is the goat in the Argentina. So like, as a neutral, it is just a win-win situation for me. Yeah. So there is one more chat. So now I am your new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you are liking this stream, liking the way I am explaining. Any feedback you can give it in the chat section. Whether you are understanding these things or not, you can just write it in the chat. So yeah, by the time we can just run this code and see whether it will run or not, and then if it works fine, so we can just submit this particular thing. So yeah, so the code got accepted, and since we used only one iteration, I don't know whether to rely on this LeetCode runtime or not, but yeah, the logical thing is that we didn't use 2 iterations, we did this thing in single iteration, so that's why the runtime beats 100%, 0 milliseconds. Yeah, so maybe This is the most optimal approach, you can say. So Aryan Sinha is there. Thank you for joining. Hope you are liking this stream the way I am explaining. If there are some suggestions, you can write in the chat. I'll be happy. I'll be there to answer happily. So this was the problem that we solved. If you have any doubts in this particular problem, you can just write it in the chat. I have attached the chat to my right side. You won't be able to see, but yeah, you can write it in the chat. Now I can see the chat without even looking at the phone. So yeah, if you have any doubts, you can write it in the chat, or we can just move forward. Tuple, I didn't understand. Tuple is like a kind of data structure. Tuple, it is a Python topic, right? I am not wrong. If I am not wrong, I haven't used tuples in C++. I have been coding in C++. So in C++ I have used vectors, arrays. That's it. What are your thoughts on Flipkart Grade 8.0? Yeah, it is a great opportunity. I had given Flipkart Grade in my college time. I didn't got selected. I have given. Yeah, it is a really good competition. It can open up new opportunities. So yeah, you should definitely participate. What if you got selected? Can you go through it again? So are you talking about this particular problem, the middle of the linked list? Just give an overview. Did you mean to say that? Who is this? Bhavika Valecha. Are you talking about this particular problem to go through go through it again? So yeah, we can just discuss this problem once again. So in this problem we just need to find I am just giving a short summary because I already explained this in very much detail. I don't know whether I should give so much time to an easy problem to explain, but yeah, fair enough. I can just give an overview summary so that we can solve other problems as well. That is our target. Our target is to my target is to explain you 4 problems, one easy, 2 medium and 1 hard. So we will just move with the 2 medium and 1 hard after this. So let us give you a short brief what we have discussed. We need to find the middle of the linked list. If it is an odd linked list, we will only have one middle node. If we have the even length linked list, in that case we will have 2 middle nodes, 3 and 4. So in this case, according to the question, we need to return the second middle node. So one approach can be just find the length of the linked list, then divide it by 2, iterate it again, and iterate till that much length, the half the length, and just return the middle node. First, when this is the first approach, but it will take 2 iterations. But there is one simpler or much efficient algorithm which is known as tortoise hare algorithm, or you can say 2 pointer approach, or you can even say fast and slow pointer approach. So you can use that. So what we do in that particular approach is that we use 2 pointers, fast and slow. Fast will move 2 steps at a time, and slow will move 1 step at a time. So when fast reaches the end of the linked list, whether it is even or odd length, when it reaches the when fast reaches the end of the linked list, so slow pointer will always be pointing at the middle of the linked list. So why it is so, we have already dry run it here, and we have also given the simple explanation or analogy with the help of a glass having water getting it filled with twice the speed of the another glass. So if a glass is if one glass is there, if it is getting 2 drops of water at a time, and similarly we have one more glass which is getting 1 drop at a time. So when the glass who is getting 2 drops at a time, it gets filled, then obviously the glass getting 1 drop of water at a time, it will get half filled. Why? Because we know that there is a formula called speed equal to distance upon time. In this case, time is constant, so speed is directly proportional to distance. So higher the speed, higher the distance you cover. So since fast is traveling twice the distance of the slow one, so it will also cover twice the distance of the slow one, right? So if fast has reached the distance which is the complete distance, let us say the distance is x, so x is the distance that fast covered to reach the end of the linked list. So what will be the distance covered by the slow pointer? Obviously it is half the speed, so distance will also get halved. So the slow pointer will cover half the distance, that is x by 2. And let's say here x is the length of the linked list. So if fast pointer covers the length of the entire length of the linked list, the slow pointer will cover half the length of the linked list. So that is the middle node. So in both the cases it will just give us the correct answer. So that is the overview or the problem summary that we have discussed till now. So yeah, this was the first problem. So we can take DP problems now. We will take 2 DP problems and 1 backtracking. I have thought like what problems to choose, so I also come a little bit prepared so that I am not like doing streaming for like months and years. This is just my second stream, so I do come prepared with some problems so that it is easier for me to explain and you guys also to grasp those things, so that I don't fumble during the live stream, right? So we can just look at some DP problems. So there is one chat, Code Saga, are you working in any MNC now? So I am currently working for one company in Ahmedabad, which is Hyperlink Infosystem. It is a service based company. So how did you apply to Hyperlink? It was basically through college placements. So yeah, they came into college for internship and PPO. So I applied and I got hired, and in the end I got PPO as well. So we can choose DP problems now. Topic dynamic programming. Yes. So we can cover with the most basic DP problems. I have thought to like explain these two problems, unique paths and unique paths 2. Can you choose some prefix sums? Yes, we can definitely choose some prefix sum problems as well, and yeah, I will definitely choose, but like I want to go with the flow, like we choose one easy problem. Like my basic focus for this entire live stream that I am doing or that I will do in the future is like to cover most of the difficult topics like dynamic programming, graph, maybe segment trees as well, digit DPs as well, tries as well, advanced string algorithms like KMP and all of that. So like when we solve easy problem in that scenario, we can take prefix sums and then move ahead with the mediums and hards as DP and graph. But since in today's live stream we have already chosen the easy problem for the linked list problem as the linked list problem, so I will move ahead with the DP problem. But yeah, if you are saying prefix sum problem, so definitely in tomorrow's live stream I will choose the prefix sum problems. Or if you have any suggestion what prefix sum problem you want to learn, you can write right now, write in the chat as well. I will move forward with that problem for the tomorrow's live stream. So it is applicable to all. Any problem that you want me to explain in the next live stream, you can just write it down here. I'll be happily to do so in the next live stream. Yeah, so I have chosen 2 DP problems, so let me just reset. Is it anything there? Yeah, unique paths and unique paths 2. So these are like like almost same problem. The only difference is that in unique paths we will have no obstacle, and in the unique paths too we will have an obstacle. So let us completely read the problem statement, read the constraints, let us think to the process how we can do it. Then we will solve, then we will think wide, we will think in terms of brute force approach. Then we will move towards the DP part. We will see why DP is required. If DP is required, we are sure that okay, DP is required. Then we will see like what will be the states of DP, what will be the transitions of the DP, and if there is a state of DP, then how we can say that the number of states is equal to the dimensions of DP, because it is saying that number of states that you choose that are changing is equal to the number of states of the DP. So we will discuss those things as well. For the unique parts too, I will keep it very short because this is very identical problem, only one extra condition will be there. So we will understand unique path problem in very much detail, and in the unique parts too we will just copy and paste the entire code and just write one additional condition and we will be good to go. So let us read this particular problem, unique paths. So there is a robot on an m cross n grid. The robot is initially located at the top left corner, that is 0, 0. If we think in terms of coordinates, the robot tries to move to the bottom right corner, that is m minus 1, n minus 1. Now the robot can only move in two directions, that is either down or at right at any point of time. So this is one condition, that robot is not like can move in all the 8 directions like diagonals, top, right, left, down. No, it can only move in two directions. It can either go to the right or it can go to the down. So only two directions are given to us for robot to simulate. Now given to integers m and n, we need to return the number of possible unique paths that the robot can take to reach the bottom right corner. So what the question is saying that this is the start point, this is the finish point. So with the restriction that we can move only in the right direction and in the down direction, we need to find all the possible paths. We need to return the count of all the possible paths that are there by which we can reach from 0, 0 to m minus 1, n minus 1. So let's say what this problem means. So let's say we choose this particular path. Start is here, so we go to here, then here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and then go down. So we finish here. So this is not only the single path. There can be many other paths, right? If we go till here, right, and then we go down, then we go right, then we go down, then we go right. So this is another path. So there are two paths. There will be many more paths, right? There will be total 28 paths for this particular example. So we need to, like, this gives us the idea, like we need to try out all possibilities, because generally in DP problems you think that okay, greedy is failing. So if greedy is failing, then we think in terms of dynamic programming. But here you won't find any greedy logic. The greedy thing is like completely vanished. You do not need to return any minimum or maximum thing. You just need to accumulate everything. So in accumulating everything, in cumulative anything, in summing up anything, you can't do any greedy way. There can't be any greedy way. So what we need to do, there is only one possible scenario. Just find out all the all the possible ways, and if by any way we reach the end of the destination that we want to go, just increment your answer by 1. So this will be the basic idea. Now how we will find out each and every way? So let us say we are at start position now. So from at start position we can either go right, we can go down. So first we will go right, then we will be here, then we will have again two options, either go down or right. So we will again go right. Let's say we do this and return to the end, that is the final finished destination. Now we will go back again, and when we were at this stage starting position, we will, instead of taking the right path, we will now choose the down path. And similarly happen for all the cases. So wherever we have chosen one particular direction, now in those cases we will choose the other direction. So let's say if you have chosen right direction previously and you got the answer, so now when you are coming back from the recursion, you will choose the downward path and check again whether we can get to the finish point or not. So this is how we'll be doing. So you can see you need to try out all possible ways. So let us read the constraints. So constraints here, m and n are 100. So we obviously know we cannot use recursion here. Why? Because trying out all possible ways is what? The time complexity will be 2 to the power n. 2 to the power n. Why 2 to the power n? Because we have two possible options at each and every stage. So that's why 2 to the power n. If we have three possible options, it will be 3 to the power n. So on and so forth. So we can't use recursion, but we will still code it in the recursion and then go towards the memoization part. But yeah, I hope you understand why we didn't why recursion will fail here. But what I think is that whenever you approach any DP problem, first write the recursive solution only, then try to memorize this, because recursion gives you more clarity and it is better to not directly jump onto the DP part rather than just first write the recursive part, get clear idea whether this recursive thing is actually working or not, and if you forget something you can just do changes in the recursive part only. It is a good practice if you want to follow. But yeah, anyways, though the recursion will give us TLE. So how will we do it? We need to choose two paths. We have options of choosing two paths, either right or down. So first we will try to code the recursion and then we will go towards the DP part. So we'll be solving via recursion with the help of one solve function or helper function, you can say. If you have any doubts till now, you can obviously write it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer that. So return solve, and what we'll be doing. So in this case the grid is given as m cross n, but I prefer to take n cross m grid. So yeah, that is just like that is the way I do, because in many problems in future they take n cross m only, but these are the new problems or the first problems that were added. So in that they have taken m cross n. So the mostly problems that I solved, it takes n cross m only. So it is just like a mental model to myself. So instead of taking m cross n, I am just taking n cross m as the grid. So yeah, if you have any doubts, you can write it in the chat section as well. I have thought that this live stream would go like barely 1 hour, but I think it will be today 2 hour or so. But yeah, anyways, it is a good thing. So we'll just check what is the time now. So yeah, if you have no doubts, we can just move forward. So I'm just taking n cross m instead of m cross n, or yeah, let us just take m cross n. Otherwise it will be confusing if someone new will come. So yeah, instead of taking n cross m, I am just taking m cross n as given in the question, because if some new person will join this conversation, it will be very difficult for him to understand. So let us go by the convention only, m cross n. So where what we will pass in this solve function, obviously the I and j pointer by which we are iterating. So what are these I and j pointer? The coordinates. I will be representing the row and j will be representing the column. So let's say if you are here, so it will be 0th row first column, so 0 comma 1. So initially where will be present at 0 comma 0. So 0 comma 0 will be passed, m and n will also be passed. So now we can just like do the recursion thing. So return will be returning the integer, which is the total unique paths. So integer solve, and in that we'll be taking I pointer, int I, int j. If you have any doubt related to code or logic, you can just write it in the chat. Side by side I am also looking at the chat as well, so yeah, I'll be happy to answer that. Int m comma int n, integer n. Yeah, there is no grid given because we do not need a grid in this case, because there is nothing in the grid, nothing new extra given, so we can just move forward without the grid also. So in recursion there is always the base case. So base case can be what? Either we reach out of the bounds or we reached our destination. So if we reach out of the bounds, so if I becomes greater than equal to m, or j becomes greater than equal to n, so that means we are out of the grid. So if we are out of the grid, we need that means we didn't find any path. So if we didn't find any path, we need to return 0. So this is the base case. So there is one chat. You should do stream in the evening so that more people can attend this. But in evening, like, yeah, I can do on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, but during the weekdays I'll be in the office, so I can't do in the evening. But yeah, in the weekends I can do in the evening. Yeah, let us see how this stream thing goes. But yeah, it is a good idea. So the base case, this can be the base case. So like you can suggest like how is the stream going, am I like explaining decent enough, or whatever your suggestions are, so that I can also get I can also get to know whether where to improve while explaining things, or what example should I give. So you can write it in the chat section as well, so that it will be beneficial for me also to improve in the future, right? So yeah, for now, let us just follow the code. So the one base case can be like just if I or j pointer goes out of the bounds, so not and, it will be actually or. So if I pointer goes out of the bounds or j pointer goes out of the bounds, that means we need to return 0. What can be the other base case? The other base case can be like we reach the destination. So if we reach the destination, that means we found one path, we found one unique path to reach that. So in that case, what will be the condition? If I equal to m minus 1 and j equal to n minus 1, that was the thing that we wanted to reach, right? We wanted to reach m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So if I is at m minus 1 and j is at n minus 1, that means we reach the end of the grid, or the finish point. So we found one unique path, so we can just return 1 from here. Now what we need to do? Now we need to explore in two directions. We can either go right, we can either go right or we can go down. So two operations that can be done. So int op1 will be what? Solve it in the right direction. So what we will do? In right direction means what? We are iterating in the column. So what is column? J pointer. So I will remain same, j will be incremented by 1, and rest all things remain as it is. What will be the operation 2? So instead of writing op1 op2, I can just write right and down. So it will be much more like make sense. So if we want to go down, so what we are actually doing, if we are going down, we are iterating in the row towards the down. So the column will remain same, the row will get incremented by 1. So row will incremented by 1, that means I plus 1 and j will remain as it is, and m and n will stay same. Now whatever number of unique paths we get either from the right or from down, we need to add them, because we need to find the total number of possible paths, not by just right or down. So whatever total number of unique paths that we get by these two operations, we need to return that. So what we will be returning? We will be returning right plus down. So this will be the code, this will be the recursive code. So let us see if this particular thing works or not. So yeah, it gets accepted in the test cases, but if we submit this, it will surely give us TLE, because the time complexity for this particular recursion is what, 2 to the power of n, and 2 to the power of n in this case is 2 to the power of 100, and this will for surely go beyond 10 raised to the power 8. So let us just submit, and yeah, we will get TLE. Yeah, we got TLE. So now what we need to do, we need to use DP. We need to memoize this particular thing. So why DP is actually working in this case? Why we need to use DP? So DP occurs when there are overlapping sub problems. So let's say one scenario in this particular grid, in this example one, let's say you are here where my cursor is pointing. So let's say you go right, down and right. So this is one possible path that you find. Now if you are doing same thing from some if you come at this same sub problem again, so this is one sub problem, right? From here you are reaching end by going right, down and right. So this is one sub problem, right, down and right. So you have already solved this sub problem. So by some other path, so let's say you come on to this particular position from this by going down here. So from this you got one path, but now let's say you are coming to this particular position from some other path. Let's say you are coming to this particular position from this blue tile. So you come here again, so you will solve this thing again via recursion, but this is wrong, because once you come here again, you already know that yes, this will surely give me one path that already reaches to the finish line. So you don't need to solve this again. So this is what you call a overlapping sub problem. So overlapping sub problem means a sub problem that you have already solved before, you encountered that thing again. So we do not need to solve that overlapping sub problem again. We can just store the answer when we encounter it for the first time. So when we save that, so once we get to this overlapping sub problem second time, we will not solve it again. We will just take it from the memory that we have already stored. So this is the technique which is called as memoization. Memoization means storing it in memory. That is what happens in browsers as well. So if you look at the real world example, the browsers has caching system. So you can think in terms of like it has a memory, it has memoized that thing for a particular duration, you can say. If you are in developing, you know that React, if you know React.js, there is one hook called use memo. So that is doing the same thing. It is storing inside its memory so that the same thing comes again. It will not recalculate the things again for you and just deliver the answer that is already stored in the memory. So this is why DP will be applicable here. So now the thing is, okay, DP will be applicable. Now what will be the states of the DP? What will be the transition of the DP? What will be the DP like? 2D DP, 3D DP? What will be the states of DP? So there is one fundamental rule. Just keep this thing in your mind. The fundamental rule is number of changing parameters. Number of changing parameters is what is equal to number of states of your DP. So the number of changing parameters that you have, that will be the state of your DP. So in this case, how many changing parameters are there? We have two changing parameters, I and j, because in the transition you can see either I is changing or j is changing, nothing else is changing. So two changing parameters are there. So we will create a 2D DP. So let us create vector of int, let's say DP. It will be m comma vector of int n comma -1. So if you have any doubts, you can again write it in the chat section, I'll be happy to answer that. And till now, I hope you all are understanding. If you didn't understand, let me know. I'll be there to clear your doubt uh, without any taking much time. So yeah, so two states are there, two changing parameters are there, two states will be created, so it will be a 2D DP. Now we know the states of, we know why DP is used, we know what all states will it carry. Now we need to see the transition. Now actually we do not need to take care about the transition because we have already done that particular thing in the recursion. So if you are solving from recursion to DP, you just need to take care of two things: why DP will work and what will be the number of states or the number of changing parameters. That's it. So we have created a DP. So let me correct the typo. So vector of int DP m comma vector of int n comma -1. So initially it will carry everything to the -1 in its memory, and we will pass it into the solve function DP here. We need to also mention this thing again: vector of int and DP. So now, have I written correctly? Yes. Now we need to store our answers inside our DP table or the DP matrix, you can say. So first we need to write DP here also, and we need to write DP here also. So when we are returning this right plus down, so instead of just returning, you just return like this. So when you are returning this, it is also getting stored into your DP table. So now you have answers in your memory. So if overlapping sub problems occur again, so you just need to return that particular answer. But how do we know that this is an overlapping sub problems? So you see, we have initialized everything to -1, and in this case we are adding something to our answer. So it will, if our DP of I comma j is in anywhere like positive or not equal to -1, so that means that overlapping sub problem was already solved, so you just need to return that. So if you can say, if DP of I comma j is not equal to -1, that means this is an overlapping sub problem. This problem was already solved, that is why this -1 has changed. Otherwise, if it was covered for the first time or it was encountered for the first time, there should be -1, but there is no -1. That means this problem has already been solved. That means this is an overlapping sub problem. So in this case, you do not need to calculate the entire recursion thing again. So you just need to return DP of I comma j. And yeah, we can just like run on this particular example test cases, and I hope this will work fine. Yeah, so in the example test cases it works fine. So let us try to submit this. Hopefully, yeah, it will accept. Yeah, it got accepted. So the time complexity got reduced. So now the time complexity, sorry for that, what I am doing. Time complexity will be O of m cross n. So this will be the new time complexity. So I hope you understand this particular problem. We can just look at the part 2 of this problem. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the chat. Let me see how many users are online to this particular live stream. So yeah, I think we can just move to the part 2 of this problem. I thought like this, I will just take a 1 hour live stream for today. But yeah, there are 2 more problems left, so I think it will just stretch. It will just go to like 2 hours something. But yeah, it is fine. If you have any doubts, you can write, or we can just move on to the part 2 of the problem. So yeah, we can just move on to the part 2. So the only difference in the part 1 problem and the part 2 problem is just one additional thing that they have given is the obstacle. So what is this thing? The entire question is same. You are given m cross n integer array grid. There is a robot initially located at the top left corner, that is at 0, 0, and the robot tries to move to the bottom right corner, that is m minus 1, n minus 1. Now the robot can move only either down or right at any point of time. So yeah, the same thing, either you can go right direction or you can go down direction. Now the additional condition that they have given is that an obstacle and a space are marked as 1 or 0 respectively. That means if there will be an obstacle, it will be marked as 1. If there is free space, it will be marked as 0 respectively in the grid. Now a path that the robot takes cannot include any square that is in obstacle. Obviously, that means if a robot is taking some path and there is an obstacle, so he cannot pass through that obstacle. That is the point of the obstacle. So if he is going in the right direction and if he sees one like obstacle, so he can't go beyond that. So he need to choose some other path from there, either go down or recurse it back and choose some other way. So this is what we need to think now. Now the question is same. Return the number of possible unique paths that the robot can take to reach the bottom right corner. And in this case they have given the actual grid as well, because now we need to actually know what information they have provided. In the previous question there was no information related to grid because there was nothing happening inside the grid. So that's why they have not provided the grid to us. Now in this, something is happening, some obstacle is there and something is happening, right? So they have provided us the grid. So now we need to think in terms of obstacles. So if you think it logically, we just need to explore all the paths now. The only thing that will change is that we need to add one additional condition. In the previous code only, if we find obstacle, return 0 or return from there. That is what we need to do, otherwise everything is same. So I will not waste much time in this problem. I will just copy the path problem, it's part 1 problem, and paste it, because after this we need to solve one hard problem as well. So I am thinking to give much more time on that particular problem. So yeah, we can just copy that particular code, or instead of copying, they have provided us the grid. So let us just write the code bar by ourselves. So here they have given the grid, so we'll be using the solve function. Here I am not writing the recursion first, I am directly writing the DP code. So we'll be returning a solve function that will give us the total number of unique paths. So what will be inside that particular solve function? I and j pointer, m that is the grid size, n that is like m cross n that is the grid size, the grid itself, and the dp. Now here they haven't explicitly given m and n, so no problem, we can take it obstacle dot size and int n equal to obstacle dot size, but here we will take the 0th part. So this is the number of rows and this is the number of columns. Now we also need to declare 2D DP, because two changing parameters I and j, to 2 dimension DP will be created. So vector of int DP, which will be m comma vector of int n comma -1. So yeah, initially everything is initialized to -1, and now we just need to write the solve function. Solve function will return the integer, which is the number of unique paths. So solve, and what will be the parameters? I will be there, j will be there, like m will be there. Sorry, I have written this thing wrong. Int I, int j, integer m, and integer n, and the grid. So not grid here, actually obstacle grid, my bad. Here we can name it grid because obstacle grid is like very large to write it. vector of vector of integer they have given, right, grid, and we need to take the dp as well. So dp is also vector of sorry for the typing, and dp. So we have our integer I, integer j, integer m, and vector of grade, vector of integer grade, vector of integer dp. Now the base case will be same if I is greater than equal to m, or you can say j is greater than equal to integer n. That means they are out of bounds, so we can't find any path. If we can't find any path, that means we need to return 0. There will be one more base case, like if there is an obstacle in between. So that means if grade of I comma j is equal to 1, that means in this case we can't go any further, so we can't find any path. So if we can't find any path, that means we need to return 0. So we'll be returning 0. Now everything remains same. So basic, yeah. These are the basic problems initially. CSCS, I haven't solved CSCS problem set, Varun Shah, but yeah, I'm not saying that these will be the flow. I've just started the live stream. This is my second live stream, so I just want to go further with the like flow. I'll be taking hard problems as well. My majority of the focus will be on the DP, graphs, segment tree problems only. But yeah, for the initial streams, I'm just like getting a little bit of warm up, how the streams will work, how am I speaking, how am I like connecting with the chat and all of that. So that's why I have taken like basic problems. I have taken hard problems as well in this particular one, but yeah, you might find that also like basic. But yeah, we will gradually move one step at a time, so don't worry. But I'll not solve CSES. I'll choose LeetCode problems only. So I hope that is fine. So let us move to this particular problem. So now the other base case can be if we reach the end of the grid. That means if we reach the destination. So if grid of I comma j, sorry, not grid of I comma j, if I is equal to m minus 1 and j is equal to n minus 1, so what you can say, you can return 1 from here because you find one path that gone to the finish line. Now rest everything remains same. If dp of I comma j is not equal to minus 1, then we need to return dp of I comma j. So there is a typing. And what can be the other thing? We just need to proceed the transitions. So transitions can be what? We can either go to right. So right will be what? Moving towards the column. So I will remain same, j will move +1, rest everything will remain same as it is. And the other option can be going down. So going down means what? I will be +1, j will remain as it is, m will be there, n will be there, and grid and dp will be there. In the end, we just need to return right plus down. But before that, we need to memorize that. So we are just storing it inside a dp table. So yeah, I hope this thing works. Let us try to submit this. Yeah, it works fine on test cases, example test cases. Let us submit this. So yeah, it got accepted. So yeah, we have successfully solved middle of the linked list, unique paths 1, unique paths 2. Now we can take some like n queen problems. I have obviously this is my initial stream, so I come prepared with the problems so that I do not fumble during the live stream. I don't know, like maybe. Thank you Varun Shah. That is not a big deal. These problems, these are pretty much simple. Yeah, we will gradually move towards the difficult part. Don't worry about that. You can tell in the chat like how many problems you have solved so that we can have a nice discussion. How many problems you have solved, how many mediums, how many hards. Hmm. We can take the n queen problem. I have already taken that previously. So today's hard problem will be the n queens problem. Varun Shah, you are doing great. I love your work. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Keep supporting. I really love solving DSA problems. I really love solving. Yeah, like I can tell you, like the aim for today's live stream was like not even 1 hour, but now it is already more than like 1.5 hour. So like I am just doing live stream for just relaxing. Uh, I'm not doing for the sake of doing it because I wanted to do. No, these are just like you can say these live stream make me feel a little bit of relaxed and give me a chill vibe. That's why I'm doing this live stream. I enjoy doing this. I can take 3 or 4 hour live streams as well. I'll not like uh, be getting bored or I'll get tired. No, just it will just make me it will make me enjoy. It will be fun for me. It will make me more chill and relax. So there is live chat. I have done 450 on code forces, not done LeetCode. Are you on code forces? In my first year I created the account. I have solved like few 800 problems, but then I completely moved on to the LeetCode. In LeetCode I am very consistent. I solved like I'm not flexing it just because you showed your number there. You showed your code forces and all of that, so that's why I'm also showing. I am consistent on LeetCode for like past 3 to 4 years from my second year of college. Basically, currently I am working as as a software engineer as a full stack role. I just love doing LeetCode problems. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can write, or we can just move forward with the n queens problem. This will be the last problem. We will discuss in the same detail as we have done for the easy problem and the unique path problem. Wow, I have same rating on code forces. Oh, if you are rated uh, 2000 on code forces, that is amazing because LeetCode rating is far like it is not equivalent to code forces. Code forces is much harder. So if your rating is 2000, like it is amazing. I don't know what 2000 rating is on, but it is obviously it is much more higher in terms of LeetCode, I think, as far as I have heard from other people. Mm. I'm not currently in college. I'm working. I'm a full-time professional. I'm doing a job. I was from Gandhinagar. I have done my college from Gandhinagar PDPU or PDEU, formerly known as PDPU. Also, like, have you been practicing other than code forces? Because if your rating is like 2000, more than 2000, then just by solving 400 around problems is really a great thing. Just by solving 450 problems, your rating is like 2000 on code forces. That is amazing. So I just wanted to know, like, are you practicing on some other difficult platforms as well? CSS, okay, obviously. I tried that SPOG website as well. I have solved few problems, but after that I moved completely to LeetCode. I have tried AdCoder as well. AdCoder, few beginner contests I have given. But yeah, LeetCode was more of like giving me confidence because there the difficult problems I wasn't able to solve, and I did not want to go much into uh, more side of the code forces. What code forces do, I want to stick on to the proper DS algo thing. So that's why I chose website which are properly focused on DS algo rather than going much more mathematical thing. So yeah, I didn't want to go into much more detail. I just wanted to stick with DS algo. That's why I'm doing it LeetCode. So Usaku USA. I don't know what is that, but yeah, I think there is some website. So there is another chat. Honestly, very few people would be watching your stream, but you are doing really well. You can definitely get more subscribers. Thank you for that. This really means a lot to me. Varun Shah, I agree. Thank you so much, Varun. Really means a lot. Even if one person is watching and they are like enjoying this stream, that means my 1 hour or 2 hour stream that I'm doing is worth. So I don't mind if one people is watching, two people are watching. I don't care much. But even if two people are watching, I make sure that those two people will enjoy my stream, enjoy solving DSA problems. That's it. I have to go to second half of finals started by what is that? I have to go. Okay, you are talking about the World Cup final. Okay, yeah, sure. Was bye bye. So let us solve this particular n queens problem. Mm. So let us read the problem statement first. So the n queens puzzle is a problem of placing n queens on an n cross n chessboard. So it is a square board, obviously chessboard n cross n. So it is a square. So such that no two queens attack each other. So we need to think in terms of scenarios, like in which scenarios the queens attack each other. So we will discuss that as well. So let us further read the problem. So given an integer n, return all distinct solutions to the n queens puzzle. So you are given an integer n, you need to return all the distinct solutions by which you can place those n queens. Now there can be one possible way, there can be two possible way, there can be many possible way. So you just need to return all the number of possible ways, and I think it is in integers. No, actually you need to return the board. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So in each solution contains a distinct board configuration of the n queens placement, where q and this particular dot in both indicate a queen and empty space. So if there is a q in the solution that we will return, if there is a q in the board, that means we are saying we are placing that queen at that particular position. If there is a dot there, that means there is an empty space, or there is a no queen placed at that particular position or that particular tile, you can say. So this problem statement is pretty much straightforward. First of all, let us read the constraints as well. N is 9, that means we can have maximum of like 9 cross 9 grid, you can say, or chessboard, you can say. So obviously you'll such a low constraints will try out all the possible combinations. In this you will be using backtracking. If placing a queen gives us the result, okay, otherwise backtrack it, remove it, try out other combinations. This will be the flow. But yeah, what the question is saying, that you are given a chessboard, you are also given n queens, you need to place those n queens such that those n queens do not attack each other. So in what cases the queens attack each other? So if you have played chess, queens attack other queens that are in the same row, same column, or they are diagonally meeting each other. So either they are horizontally, there is someone, if there is vertically some other queen, that means horizontally means in same column, because this is horizontal and these will be the like columns, you can say, for the iteration in same column. Vertically means in same row, because if you are checking vertically, you are just moving between the rows, so in same row. So we need to check whether horizontally in the same column are there any other queens there. If it is there, we cannot place that queen in that particular column. Similarly, we need to check vertically in the same row if there are any other queens already placed. If there are placed, then we cannot place the queen in that particular row. Also, there is one more condition, that is diagonally. Now in diagonally, we just need to diagonally, there are like 4 possible options, like this particular one in the top right, top left, down right and down left. But we do not need to check all 4 diagonals, we just need to check the 4 diagonals, because we'll be always placing queens row wise while going down. So if we are going down, then obviously there will be nothing in the down direction, right? There will be always some queens placement in the above direction. So we just need to check this up right and up left. We don't need to check down right and down left. So we need to check up right and up left. If you have any doubts, you can again write it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer that. So this is the scenario. So we need to make sure whenever we are placing any queen, so there shouldn't be any other queen in the same row, in the same column, and in the upright diagonal and in the up left diagonal as well. So let us see with the help of example. So this is the example one. These are the 2 configurations or 2 solutions that we can get. So one queen is placed in this way, this way, this way and this way. So you can see, if you look at this particular queen, the first row, there is nothing horizontally, there is nothing vertically, there is nothing to the left, up right and up left, there is nothing to the down right, and there is nothing to the down left. So this queen is placed perfectly. Now if you look at the second row, so we'll be placing the queens row wise. In the first row we'll place one queen, in the second row we'll place one queen, in the third row we'll place one queen. That is how we'll be moving forward. You can also do column wise, but I prefer row wise more, so that's why. So in this second row, we have placed this queen here. So there is nothing horizontally, there is nothing vertically, there is nothing in the up left diagonal, there is nothing in the upright diagonal, there is nothing in the down left diagonal, and there is nothing in the down right diagonal as well. Same for the third row, nothing in the vertically, nothing horizontally, nothing in the upright, up left, down right and down right. And in the last row again, this queen is placed perfectly, nothing horizontally, vertically and in any diagonal. Same goes for this configuration. So this is the other configuration. So now you understand what is the problem statement. Good. But now what we will do, how we will solve it? Obviously we need to find all the possible combination. So what we can say, we place a queen and will move forward. Move forward means go on to the next row by placing new queens in the next row. So we place a queen and we'll move forward in the next row. Now side by side we will, whenever we place a queen, we make sure that it is safe to place in the direction, in the position which we want to place. So let's say if we are placing this third row queen, so in this, when we are placing this, we need to check is it safe or not. By safe I mean whether these 3 conditions are fulfilled or not, whether horizontally there is no queen, vertically no queen, diagonally no queen. We need to check, and if there are no queen in any direction, then only we can say it is safe. So now whenever we place a queen, we need to make sure that it is safe. Now if it is safe, then good to go further. Now if it is safe, then we can move forward by placing more queens in the next row. But if it is not safe, that means we need to backtrack. Why backtrack? So let us understand that instead of this queen like placed here, it was placed here in the first row. If we take 0 based indexing, if we take this is the first column, not first row, first column, second row and first column. So let's say the queen was placed here, so it was not safe. Why? Because vertically there was one queen that was there, and diagonally also it will clash with this queen if we move forward. So if it is not safe, that means our previous configuration we need to change. Why previous configuration we need to change? Because the current queen is not placed, because it is not safe. So if the current queen is not safe to place there, that means we need to do changes in the previous configurations or the previous placements of the queen that we thought that at that time that was safe. So we need to backtrack. So we need to backtrack and change the positions of the previous queens. So that is what we will do. Now if it is safe, we need to find the other path. So it's okay, if we got some answer, it is okay. Otherwise, if we reach the end, if we somehow placed all the queens, that means we find configuration. Now we need to find some other configurations as well. So to do so, we will again try to backtrack, not backtrack actually, we will, when we are returning from the recursion, we will just unplace that queen, so that while moving forward we could choose some other configuration. So let us understand with the help of code, so it will be more easier to understand. The rest of the things I'll be just explaining with the help of code. So till now, if you have any problem, you can just write in the chat. I'll be happy to discuss with you, or anything if you did not understand till now, you can write in the chat section. I will just explain. So till that time, let me also check how many people are watching. So yeah, currently we have 2 people here. Okay, no problem. So if you have no doubts, so we can just move forward with the code. So we'll be placing the queens row wise. So we'll be writing this code in much cleaner way. So I'll break this code into various functions, let's say, you can say. So first we need to create the chessboard, right? So vector of string we will create, vector of string, because we need to return the strings. So this is one string, this is a second string. So initially there will be no placement of queens. So what we can say, vector of string, let's say board, we gave it the name n, and initially everything will be dot, we have no queen placed. Now we will call one solve function that will give us the entire like the configuration of the placement of queen, whatever possible solutions exist. So for that we need to have one resultant 2D vector. So what we can do, we can create vector of string, because we know that there can be possibility of various configurations. So in this case you can say we have two answer. So inside one vector we have another vector, comma we have another vector. So we need to create vector of strings, which will be our result that we need to pass on. Now we also sorry for that, Now we need to pass on this board as well, result as well, and this particular variable n. So n is nothing but the what you can say, the size of the chessboard, or n cross n is the size of the chessboard. Along with that, we need to also place one variable 0, which will tell us at what row we are currently placing the queen. So this 0 indicates we need to place queen at the 0th row. That means initially we'll be starting for this particular row, then we will move on to the first row, second row and third row. So this is how we'll be moving forward. So I hope you understand till this point. So while moving forward, we'll keep on changing board, and if we reach somehow reach the end, we placed all the queens, so we will just place that board inside our result. So this will be the flow. So we just need to write the solve function now. So what will this solve function return? This will be returning vector of string. Now what we need to pass on here, the same thing. First is the integer n, then is the vector of string and board, and what is the next? Vector string result, or you can just say result. And in the end we need to pass on the row. So this 0 is nothing but which row we need to place the queen right now. So what can be the base case, because we are doing recursion backtracking, so first we write the base case. So if somehow our row is equal to n, that means we have crossed n minus 1. So n minus 1 was this one, so that means we have placed the nth queen. So if we have placed the nth queen, so we will be doing row plus 1, so we will go out of bound. So when we go out of bound, when our row value will become equal to n, that means all the queens are placed appropriately at their positions. So at that time, that we can say that we have one valid configuration for all the queens. So we can store that particular configuration into our answer. So we can say that result dot push back. And what will be that configuration? Where it will be present? It will be present inside that board. So we need to push back board into our result. So result dot push back board, you can say. So this will be the thing. Sorry for that, we do not need to return anything because we are just passing it by here. We can just pass it by reference here, and yeah, it will be just void function. Sorry for that, my bad. And here we can just return, since it is void, we don't need to go any further. So let me just check whether I have written everything correctly. Yes. So these configurations keep on changing, and in the end now we need to here return that particular result. We can write it like this. So I hope this makes sense. Sorry for the previous mistake. So this was the base case. Now what we need to do, we need to place the queens row wise. So we are already incrementing row wise. So for that particular row, where we will place the queen, we will place the queen in some column, right? So if we are at the 0th row, where we will place the queen, either at the 0th column, first column, second column, or the third column, right? So we need to iterate in the column. So sorry for this. So for integer, let's say integer j equal to 0 up till j is less than n, j plus plus, we will be trying out all possible combinations, not combination, all possible places to place the queen. So if this particular position, that is row comma j, is safe to put, why safe? We have already seen that particular thing. Safe means either we can put this queen at this particular position or not. So it should be safe enough to put. So if this queen is safe, if this position is safe to put this queen, we will write the safe function as well. But for now, let us think in terms of normal language. So if it is safe, that means what we can do. So someone has messaged, I am a newbie to DSA. I'm started doing DSA in Python. Some people told me to do in C++ for better job search. Any suggestions? Yeah, in the starting of the stream, someone has already asked this question. So you should, yes, definitely do not do like DSA in Python. You choose either of the two languages, either C++ you choose or Java you choose, because in most of the interviews what they do is, since Python is an open source, there are already pre-built, inbuilt, a lot of library contributions are there, inbuilt libraries you will get. So generally your logic thing gets wiped out. So generally interviewers or the online assessment link that you get, that platform does not give you or allow you to choose Python as your programming language. So yeah, you can either choose C++ or Java. And if you are just starting, if you are choosing C++, then you should learn C++ STL. If you are choosing Java, you should learn Java collection frameworks or whatever that is called in Java. I have chosen C++, so I can better give you idea about the C++ STL. So yeah, you can choose Java or C++, but if you choose C++, then you need to forward with STL. If you choose Java, then Java collections will be the choice for you. Anything if you want to ask, you can ask now. Let me see it. How many people are live? So if anything you want to ask. So there are 7 people watching. Okay, now it is 4. Okay, we can just solve the problem and queens now, or we should just take 5 minutes of break and then we can just complete the entire code, whatever you say. Thank you for clearing my doubt. No problem. If you have any other doubts, you can write. I'll be happy to help you. Nothing new in the chat, but still let us take. Yeah, someone has commented, I used to do lead coding 5 years back, and then now when I try to do it, I don't visualize like how I used to think before. What should I do now? It is completely normal, DSA is a thing that if you even if you skip it for like 1 month, you'll be like completely vanished from your brain. So it is completely understandable. It had happened with me also. I had taken 1 or 2 months of break, so when I started it again, but so I took a time. But in your case, since you used to do 5 years back, so I think there was a gap of 5 years. You are saying, I think you are trying to say that 5 years of gap is there. So anyway, like if you have done DSA and previously you were able to visualize things, solve problems very efficiently, you have solved a lot of problems. So whatever the gap is, maybe it is 2 months gap, 1 year gap, 3 years gap, whatever gap is there, you can for sure within 1 to 2 week cover that entire your DSA logics and all of that by just practicing. So what I would suggest, what I had done at that my time, I constantly solve medium problems only. I constantly solve medium problems, and also when I used to practice, I had made notes. So I just opened my notes and try to solve problems, so that back when when I had taken 2 month break. So previously when I used to solve problems, I used to write down some observations. So I just opened those notebooks, and when I solve problems, I just look at my notes and all of that, so that I in those notes I used to write what I observed from that particular problem. So when I solved, even after 2 to 3 weeks, I with the help of notes, I could easily recall how I had actually thought when I was actually very consistent. So that is what I had done. So even so, if you have some notes that you have created, you can use that. For example, when you participate in the contest, if you solve a particular problem after the contest, and you see the editorial, right? So you think why my solution didn't work and all of that, so you write it somewhere. Or even if you don't write it in code, you might some write comments or anything you do. So with the help of that, you can recall all of your thinkings, how you used to think. Or even if you haven't made any notes, that is also completely fine. Solving the same problems that you have solved 5 years back, you just look those problems, you will get to know for sure that why I have written this code. So that code, by looking at that code, you will like try to think that why I have written this code. So by that you will regain your like you can say the DSA kind of thinking back, or the problem solving abilities back. So that is what I think you should do. It is completely fine, but you should give at least 2 to 3 weeks to DSA again. 2 to 3 weeks means consistently 2 to 3 weeks, like 20-30 days regularly. You will be able to do exactly same that you were doing 5 years back. That I can guarantee, that is for sure. If you have solved a very good amount of DSA previously, then it will not take much time to regain all of those things, even if how much break you have taken long. I am a fresher, learned ML and data science non-CSE department. I'm not getting interview. Should I pivot to Django or other stack, which will give me better chance to get a job, or go deep in ML? So I am actually a software engineer working as a full stack developer, so I do not have any idea about ML and data science, but you can pivot to Django, or like yeah, you can I can give you advice about the full stack or the merge stack, you can say. You can learn in the front end Next.js, and in the back end you can learn Nest.js. These are the current two popular trendy technologies that is running, and majority of the people want these technologies to get learned, and interviewers also favor the latest technologies. It shows how much you are actively following the latest trends and all of that. So if you want to change the stack, I won't tell you to change that stack. If you want to go in ML or data science, you can completely do that, but I do not have the idea about that, so I can't say on that. But if you want to change the stack, like Mern stack is a good choice. You can go for that. And in Mern also, you can, for the backend you can learn Nest.js, and in the front end you can learn Next.js. So Next.js is built on top of React only, and Nest.js is built on top of Node.js only. So if you have somewhat little bit idea of how React and Node, you can easily be able to grasp that. So let us take 5 more minutes. If you have some more doubts, I can just answer it, and after that we can write the code, and this will be the last problem. Then I will end the live stream. So After this question I'll not be able to take any like questions, so if you have any questions you can ask it right now. After this we'll just write the code and end the stream. How hard is it to learn JavaScript? I only know Python. JavaScript is not that hard. If you give 1 to 2 weeks, you will be good to go to learn React also, Node.js also. If you learn React and Node, then Nest and Next.js will automatically become much more easier. So JavaScript in itself is not very difficult to like understand. You can easily learn within 1 to 2 weeks if you learn it daily. Give at least 1 to 2 hour daily. Within 2 weeks, you will be able to like not master it, but yeah, you will be good enough to make great things. Where should I start from beginning and suggest any resources? Uh, Resources for JavaScript I actually learned from W3 schools, so I can suggest that. W3 schools is great. You can learn from that. YouTube channels you can also take, like there are many YouTube channels or who teach development, so they do have like one shot or crash course on JavaScript. So I would recommend to it is up to you, like YouTube is perfect, you can choose that as well. And if you ask me personally, I have learned via like W3 schools by reading the articles. So both the ways you can go. So any other questions? mm, if you have any other questions you can ask, or I can just write the code. After writing this code, like I'll just end the stream because I need to go to office also tomorrow morning. So I hope you understand. So if there are no questions, yeah, so we can just write the code. So if it is safe, what we need to do, we need to place the queen at this particular position. And what is this particular position? This particular position is row comma j. So is it better to learn only backend, or recruiters expect full stack from freshers? Full stack will be definitely good because the AI thing is there, so they like full stack is a better choice, I would say. If you are learning backend, front end will be like much more, will be simpler for you, so why not learn front end as well? So I would recommend to go with full stack. Full stack is in good demand rather than just backend. So like my advice will be to go for the full stack development. And if you know Python, as you have mentioned previously, you know Python only, I think. So you can, instead of like in the backend, you can choose Django as well instead of Node or Nest.js. That is also a great choice. People in big companies do favor Python as backend as a Django developer, so that can also be a great choice. So you can look forward to that as well. So yeah, writing the code now. If it is safe, we can just mark this particular row comma j. We can just place the queen and move forward. Moving forward means row plus 1, and like what will be the other things will remain same, n will be as it is, board will be as it is, result will be as it is. And while coming back, what we have discussed, we just need to write board of row comma j2 unset it. So this is what it will be doing. And in the isSafe function, what we need to check, either horizontally, vertically or diagonally, there is no other queen or not. So like horizontally we don't need to check, because obviously we are doing this thing horizontally only, so we just need to check vertically and the two upper diagonals, up right and up left, so we just need to check those. So we can pass on board here, result here, we can pass row here, and we can pass j as the column here. So now we can write the isSafe function. So that will be a boolean function, so it will return either true or false, and it will be isSafe. So what it will take, or we can also pass n as the parameter, so that we don't need to write board dot size again, and this will match everything till now. So we can just copy that and paste it here, and here we can instead of writing j, it would be good if we write this as col or column. So what we need to do, we need to check in every direction whether there is another queen placed or not. So we can iterate int I equal to 0, int I less than n, I plus plus. So horizontally we don't need to check, we need to check vertically. So if board of I, because we need to check row wise, so I will be changing, so that means we are iterating on every row, and column will remain same. So if board of I comma col is equal to let's say a queen, that means there is a queen that is placed in the same vertical row, so that means we need to return false. What can be the other case? The upper right diagonal and upper left diagonal. So let us think in terms of upper left diagonal first. So how we can say that, how we can iterate for the upper left diagonal? So if we are present at this particular place, the last queen in the second row, so the upper left diagonal is what, or rather take this example, the last row, this particular queen. So if you go upwards, so how these coordinates are changing? So in row you are doing -1, and in column you are doing -1, and from here if you go again one diagonal up, what we are doing, again we are doing row -1 and column -1. So every time we are doing row -1 and column -1. So we just need to check whether board of row -I, not one I, because in this we are iterating dynamically, not just once, and column -I is equal to queen, that means we need to return false. So how should I approach for DSA and LeetCode? How many problems or concepts to solve to be a good candidate for job? What would you recommend me? There is not a particular number which would guarantee that you will get a job. I would rather suggest solve the basics first, focus on easy problems. Once you are comfortable with the easy problems, then gradually move towards the medium. Your majority of the focus should be solving medium problems only, not too hard problems and not very easy problems. Once you are comfortable with the medium problems, I will just suggest you to solve daily challenge problems like what I am doing, and only the hard problems or the advanced concepts like KMP algorithms, like digit DP, segment tree, and all of that. But this should be the roadmap. Like, choose the language. Let's say you choose C++, you learn C++ STL. You know what all data structures, how you will use unordered set, unordered map, ordered set, multi-set, and all of that. How to use those functions, and how to declare stack, queue, and all of that. Once you know the C++ STL, then you should focus on easy problems to just have a hands-on grip on how logics are built. So solve easy problems. Once you go on to the medium problem, I would suggest first learn recursion and then move forward with the topics. move, like learn pattern wise. If you want to know what roadmap to follow, how to go in the sequence, you can go on to my website. I have dedicated these to all the beginners who are just starting. This is my website. I have like the given a DSA sheet of like around 278 problems which covers 72 patterns, and this will cover like almost every DSA that you need to know to like get a job. Like not, I won't say that you will obviously get a any job, because I haven't covered like very advanced topics like Google ask like segment trees, Fenwick trees, so I won't guarantee any job, but yeah, it will cover your 90% of the DSA that I can say. So you first move on to the basics, arrays, strings. In strings, how you need to proceed, then you need to learn recursion, two pointers, sliding window, then move towards stack queues, linked lists, trees, binary search, heap, greedy, DP, graph, and in the end you can use tries. So you can I'm not forcing you to use this, but these like you can follow this roadmap, you can say. Even if you do not want to solve here, no problem, but you can follow this order in which I have given. So this will be a good guide for you. If you want to know, you can check it out. So yeah, this is what I would recommend to a beginner. Go with the proper roadmap, and once you have done everything, just focus on the hard problems and the daily challenge problems. That's it. So this is for the left diagonal, and we also need to check the out of bound, whether row minus I is greater than equal to 0 and col minus I is also like greater than equal to 0. So this thing, and now here also, and so this will be the for the upper left diagonal. Now for the upper right diagonal, same thing we will visualize. So let's say this is the queen that we are here. So to go to the upper right diagonal, what we will do, we are doing row minus 1 but column plus 1. From here to here again row minus 1 but column plus 1. So same thing here, but instead of this we need to do row minus 1, or row minus I will remain same, but column minus I will change to column plus I, and here also column plus I, and then you can just return false. Now if none of these things follow, that means the queen is safe to be placed, so you can return true, and this is how the code will be followed. So let us see if we are not missing anything. Yeah, so we can just submit, we can just try to submit or run on the example test cases. So compilation error 20 line 2333 board vector of string. What was the error? Oh, okay, so this is not, we need to declare this thing, no problem. It will be of length n, and I think it will be like this. Let's see. So it gives us wrong answer. Let's see why. We might have missed something. Oh, sorry, this is not how we need to do a board of size n, and like I have declared this thing in a wrong way. Vector of string board will be there, which will be of size n, and inside this every string will be of size n, and for all those strings we need to place like a dot initially. So what we can do, we can just iterate on vector of string and just put a dot here, or instead if we have some other method, let me check if we are not doing anything wrong. By the time, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment or the chat, you can say. So let me check if there is anything. So there might I'm forgetting how we used to declare. There is n and this is correct, so maybe like this, because n cross n, so n is here, n is here, and yeah, let us see. Let us just try out all possibilities. I don't know how to declare it. I just forgot. Or any other way by which we can do. You can suggest something. Are you preparing for product based company? Yeah, I am like preparing each and every day. I have been consistent in solving DSA problems, and like I have learned LLD as well. So yeah, I'm preparing, and I am like trying if I get a good product base as well, because it's everyone dreams to be placed to be working for a product based company. So yeah, it ran on the example test cases. So actually I declared this board in a wrong way, sorry for that. Now let us submit this. If it covers every test case, yeah, it got accepted. So yeah, like these were the four problems that we have discussed. So let us like wait for 15 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask now. At 3 a.m I will just end the stream. So if you want to ask any questions, you can ask like within these 15 minutes, then we will end the stream. And also you can like write how did you like this stream, whether it was good, bad, whatever. If you have any suggestions, feel free to write it. Let me see how many people are there. So yeah, what will be your advice to someone who is thinking of starting a career in this field? In this field means like, okay, let me just close my phone. So yeah, sorry for that. what will be your advice to someone who is thinking of starting a career in this field? So I would suggest like uh, you should have the ability to learn new things and stay like updated with the latest trends and technologies. If you are ready to do so, you are like you'll grow, like you will be able to grow in this field. And advice will be to like if you want to get a job, advice, I think you are asking advice in terms of getting job, I think, right? So to get a job like in this field, you should do both DSA and development. With only DSA or with only development, you will not get a good job. Do developments, make good projects with latest technologies if possible, make projects that use AI as a tool. Like for example, there is a new term like AI full stack developer, which uses AI models inside their full stack application. So you can build those awesome projects that will be like put 5 stars in your resume. Learn DSA, solve problems that will because recruiters wants, or the big product based companies wants to have a good problem solving ability. So yeah, uh, solve DSA, build, do development, learn DSA, practice DSA problems, make awesome projects. That will be the advice to someone who wants to be in the field or get job. Hello, I am back. Do you remember me? Yeah, yeah, Varun, I do remember you. You were there to like go to the semi or to watch the finals, right? Who won? So, Captain Darshil, I already answered your question, so I hope that makes sense. If you have anything, you can ask me. Like at 3 a.m., I'll be like ending the stream. So 0-0 it is overtime in 50 minutes. Okay, yeah. Somebody has predicted that like it will go on to the penalties. Captain Darshil, have you heard about BSc in data science and AI from IIT Guwahati? What sort of? I am extremely sorry. I do not have any idea on BSc in data science and AI. But it is, if it is from IIT Guwahati, then by the name, it looks promising. What's your favorite IIT? Obviously, the top one, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay. I'm not able to crack it, but yeah. I should I focus on development or CP? If you ask me, especially like only one thing will not guarantee it. You should focus on both development as well and DSA or CP, whatever you say, to both. Because I myself, like I have not only done DSA, I have also done development as well to get a job. So I will recommend to maintain a balance between both development and DSA as well. Solve daily 2 to 3 problems in DSA and focus on building good projects as well side by side. You need to make a balance between both. Pick one, IIT Delhi or IIT Bombay. Like IIT Bombay. Yeah, I would choose IIT Bombay then. What's your favorite, Varun? Oh, you're from IIT Delhi. Sorry for that. Okay, then I'll choose IIT Delhi. No worries. So, congrats for going to IIT Delhi. You are among the top few percent in India. So, congratulations on that. It is a big thing to be in IIT Delhi. Yeah, goodbye, good night. Yeah, we have 8 more minutes. Like at 3 a.m., I'll end the stream. So if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me. Or at 3 a.m., I'll just end the stream. I'm 30 years old and currently preparing for SD role. Previously, I worked at a startup company as an admin. Will my age be an issue during interviews? Also, I came across your LinkedIn profile and you are really good at DSA, and I thought you were working at a product-based company. Seeing that seeing that has made my motivation go down. No, like it is not like that. If I have done so much DSA problems, still I am not working at product based company, it shouldn't demotivate you. I'm not like I have not applied to much product based company. I have applied, but I have applied to specific company only, many number of time. I have not like diversified, like I want to I haven't like I have applied in various companies or all companies that are there. I have chosen one or two companies that I am constantly applying. So that could be the reason. So that thing shouldn't do demotivate you. And regarding your age, no, 30 year is not a very like big age. It is a in fact it shows your experience, and you can also regarding SD role, it can get help if you even start development if you do not have prior experience. So if you start development, you can be good at it. Or even if the admin related to like some, if you are saying that you are working as an admin, so there are roles in big product based companies or big companies as well, which pay good to admin or the architecture admin roles as well. So you can think in that direction also if you don't want to need to switch for an SD role. You can extend your role as well, because in that you already have a vast experience, so that would help great. Shubham Mehta, is aptitude required for placement? It depends on company. Not every company asks aptitude, but there are some companies who ask aptitude as well. But if you are good at problem solving DSA, aptitude will not be a bigger deal for you. You can easily crack the aptitude rounds. Thanks for your guidance. It means a lot and keeps me motivated. Yeah. Welcome. And yeah, thank you for coming to this live stream. This really motivates me also a lot. So yeah, it's already 2:58. So if you don't have any questions, we can just like end the stream. Like yeah, we can just end the stream now. What's your target, Amazon or Microsoft? Uh, I want to personally go to Amazon. Yeah, I am trying very hard for that. I have applied to Amazon only. I said that I am targeting few companies. So Amazon is the major one which I am targeting. So yeah, Amazon. So yeah, we can just end the stream. Thank you for coming, engaging with me. I hope you had enjoyed this stream. Thank you. Let us just end this now. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming.